So this thing's got a factory locker, so if you turn to the right, it actually will lock in. So we'll test it out here, see if we can get it to lock. In the yard here, before we do all the angle and the hydro and the welded diff or whatever we do, if it'll get to here. A little reverse drift here. This is fun. Dude, hit the trees a little. Let's throw these coilovers on, get the angle kit on, and get it dumped on the ground. How about that? Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're gonna slam the Denali with coilovers all the way around, throw my angle kit on there, all the goodies. And before I get started, I'm gonna kind of go over everything, let you guys know what I'm using, and then I'm just gonna dig into it and get it done. First things first, we got Alden American coilovers all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are their 07 to 13 truck coils, I believe. We're gonna basically retrofit it to make them work on the Denali. How hard can it be? And this right here is my angle kit. These are actually the first aluminum spindles that I've done. They are all CNC cut, ready to go on. I got some outer tie rods, a couple here's and there's to make this all work. We got some wicked fabrication arms. I'm probably gonna try use the lowers. I might not use the uppers. I'm not sure yet. It kind of depends on what I need. So the nice thing about these is they have the coilover mount, where the Denali, I'll show you guys, but it's a little different. So the lower control arms are kind of a must. You can obviously fab it up on the factory control arm, but these are really nice. So hopefully I can just use these. This should go in there pretty nicely. It's a little tight, but it should squeeze in there. And yeah, get this thing just slammed. I'm gonna go as low as I can, guys. It needs to be low to the ground. I'm kind of thinking about running some fender flares right here. If I do that, I'm gonna have to trim right here, either on the fender flare or on this guy. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do just yet, but we'll kind of get there when we get there, I guess. So it's time to lift this thing up and get everything torn apart. And while I'm working on the Denali, the boys are out here just hitting jumps on the bicycles. Nice. We got Beast and Easton out here just ripping it up. What you doing, pal? Just living the good life out here, folks. Let's get to it. One interesting thing about the Denalis is when they came out from the factory, they claimed, or they basically, you know, in the commercials said something about the tightest turning radius in its class. And you can tell, like, when you drive these things, they already turn pretty sharp. Obviously it needs more, but I'm curious to see when I put my angle kit on there if it's actually going to have more angle than my other trucks. So something to think about. My trucks have a pretty good amount of angle, but if this thing is, you know, 10% more than that, then it's gonna be good. This is how sharp they turn from the factory. It could probably go a little more. When I turn the steering wheel, you know, it goes back just a little bit. So this is, you know, it's decent angle. But, you know, it's definitely not enough. So we're going to go ahead and put the angle kit on. So just looking in here, I can tell this shock, there's not a lot of room around it. So when I put the coilover, they actually go in this location. When I put that in, it's going to be really tight in areas. So for sure, I'm going to have to grind some of this. Take the axles out, which I can probably put them back. For drifting and for big angle stuff, Got to pull the axles. That's nice. All right, start tearing it apart. So we're actually waiting on parts to lower the front end and the rear end. So in the meantime, we took the grill off. We're gonna scuff it down, spray it the same color as the vehicle, do a couple facelift mods. We're gonna do the headlights and maybe try to get the fog lights going. Just clean it up, just kind of give it a facelift. And Braden actually vacuumed the inside. So just kind of cleaning it up, getting it ready for when we get all the parts, we can actually cruise it around and it'll look pretty nice. So, bro, it's $500 vehicle, guys. It's fine. But yeah, we'll have this sprayed and have the lights on here before long. And the boys wanted to tear off the plastic, so nice and easy, boys. Oh yeah.
They're looking pretty.
Oh, you already did the bottom one? Yes, sir. Shee-wee. Been working on trying to get this bottom light strip lit up and the fog lights, but it's coming around, folks. Had to put the Denali on the back burner because we had a baby, little baby Avery. 6 pounds, 6 ounces. Mama and baby are doing great, and we are back on it. All right, well, back on the Denali build, we are doing coilovers in the rear because I'm waiting on parts for the front. So we're gonna jump on the rear. We're taking out the shocks, taking out the springs, and we're gonna see if we can put the coilover right where the shock went. And it looks like it might be bolt on, plug and play, so we'll see. Sometimes these springs can be a bear. Come on, you stupid thing. Ah, there we go. Bingo. All right, time to put the new coilovers in. Take a look-see at them. So these are, again, Alden Americans. They're 750 spring. And these are the 14 to 18 front coilover for the 1500 GM trucks. But it looks like it might be plug and play for the rear. Well, it's pretty dang late, folks. So I had to cut this entire thing out of here. We're going as low as we can, folks. Another 2 inches out of there so this rear end doesn't hit. I really don't want to cut into the frame, so we're gonna hope that this is good. We got our bolt-in bracket there. I had to bring it out and up a little bit just so we can connect up here. This guy was a little on the short side, so this side is pretty much good. I gotta button it up, but I wanted to, while the axle was out, get both sides all dialed in, cut this all here. I believe I don't have to cut that, but I can if I need to. I think this will pass by there. And on this side, I did not like how everything went together on the other side, so I'm gonna go ahead and use these tabs and weld them on this side. It'll just look nicer, it'll be a little stronger, and who knows, I might, I don't know, I'd like to change that side, but we'll see. I'm gonna get it rolling for now. I can always change it later. But yeah, this is tapped on both sides. We'll get the coilover a little higher. I need a vise. I'm adjusting this. So the other one I went 24 up. So I gotta do 24 on this guy. I'm at about 15 and it's getting pretty tight. Basically the spring's gonna be a lot tighter. Not gonna set down as much, so it'll be a little stiffer. And it's after 11 o'clock at night. but Alden Americans installed. I don't even know what's going on here, but these are really weak. I think the extra pressure from the coilover on the backside is putting more stress on these. I would say more upward stress is the biggest thing. And those aren't really designed to do that. I wonder if I have another set, I could put them upside down and that would help a lot. But that's crazy. When I bought this thing, it came with lower control arms to replace in the back there. So we're gonna have to get creative here, because this, I mean, that's weak. So we got to do something else here. See what we can figure out. We're gonna go ahead and take a break from the back. Now that these lower control arms bent like a taco, and these ones are gonna do the same, we're gonna try to look at some aftermarket ones or something. I just don't think these are gonna work. So we're gonna jump on the front of this thing, try to smack that out, and get some angle going. I'm over here like, why don't other people build Denalis or drift trucks or anything in general? Like, what's the deal? It's so fun. And then I get to this point and I'm like, this sucks. I mean, we are cleared out. Got Easton's bike ripping. And took the factory lower ball joint out of one of the factory lower control arms I had right over here. And what a pain. But for the 50-60 bucks a pop they want, I just I went to town, got it in there. Now I can throw that on, kind of see where we're at. With these coilovers, I'm gonna have to cut a hole right here so that it can go up higher. I'm not exactly sure how that's all gonna go, but if I put it down here, it just doesn't have enough. The coilovers are a little too long, so not really sure. I do have some mounts coming that I can just cut these off and weld on new mounts way up here. But this being a budget build, I would like to cut a hole in the center of this and poke it up through and have some way to mount it right here. So we'll see what we can figure out. Well guys, the Denali is absolutely kicking my butt, and you know, it's just the way it goes. The OBS over here was kicking my butt, now it's good to go, and now it's this thing's turn to throw me for another loop. So basically there's a lot of stuff going on that I need more parts for, and the rear control arms are bent, so I'm going to order some tubular ones. But yeah, it's coming together. It's getting there. Just a lot of work. I'm hoping to have it a little bit lower than what it is now. It is actually sitting, you know, with the coilovers and everything, but it's just a little too high for my liking. So I'm hoping to go down just a little bit more. 4-plate wheels up front, 245, 45, 20s. Looking pretty good. I do need to go down a little bit more to take that gap out of there, but other than that, it's looking pretty fresh. Unfortunately, I thought I was gonna get it done like today or tomorrow, and that's just not gonna be the case because I gotta wait for parts. So Duramax build is going in the garage. I gotta clean out the garage, and I gotta tear the entire motor and trans out of that truck. Going big single turbo, ZF6 manual 4-wheel drive. Just a ton of work. So I gotta get it torn apart so I can send the injectors out, get more parts coming, send the heads out to get surfaced, ARP studs, all the stuff. So I gotta switch gears and get on that truck right now. So this guy is gonna be on the back burner for another week or so till I get some parts. Well, we got a 2-for-1 special going on here. 2 builds, 1 garage. Motor trans coming out of the Duramax build. Bunch of parts over there. But finally, we got some parts for this thing. Wicked fabrication, upper mounts. They look really nice. Basically gonna have to grind off that whole top mount from the factory. And then put this guy in there. Looks really nice, so lots of grinding going on up here. Got to grind this factory guy out of there. Lower mount, I might need to move it to get a little bit more angle. We'll have to see. Not sure exactly, how everything's going to go together, but we're just going to jam this out. And we have success. Grinding that was a bear, but starting to come off here. Just wiggle it back and forth, should be able to come off. And then these beautiful guys, weld these on. Man, what a pain. Kind of trying to line up, perfectly straight up and down where this thing needs to be. And looks like it's pretty good right there. So we're gonna toss the coilover on and then make sure it's good. If it's good, we'll weld that thing out and put everything back together. Got the tie rod on as well. Wicked fab with the lower arms, upper arms, and the coilover mount. These things look pretty good. They look pretty. So hopefully they work good. These are my best welds to date, so probably a good spot to have some decent looking welds. Not bad. Not bad. Really tough to go on the bottom there, but I actually, it doesn't look super pretty on the bottom, but the sides look good. Side over here. I'm learning. I mean, this is this guy's welds. Those look really nice. And then, not terrible. So now that we got the upper mounts welded in, we can finally just put it all together. So let's get this thing buttoned up on this side. I got to do another side too. My back is killing. Getting too old for this. But I'm too excited to quit now, so maybe I'll have to take some ibuprofen or something and keep on trucking. So I ended up getting everything buttoned up on this side. Everything looks like it's working pretty well. I'm gonna jump on this side and just knock it out. It's gonna be a lot of work. Everything's gotta come out, obviously. Shocks, I gotta grind this guy. And yeah, halfway done with the angle kit. So we're getting a little faster on this second side. This is new for this side, so I had to notch my bracket like this to go around that, because there's a little lip. It's about a 1/2 inch lip there. Now we're gonna burn this thing in here. I measured the other side, 1.5 inches back. So I'm just gonna put it there and weld her up. Man, it's a lot of fun when you start learning a little bit about welding. This right here was a hole down in there, so it was kind of tough. But the rest of the way, not too bad, guys, not too bad. I don't claim to be a good welder. I'm just learning, but I'm gonna say it, that sucker ain't going nowhere. Wanted to show you guys the factory torsion setup. That is now deleted because we got coilovers. These things are freaking heavy. So you are gonna lose some weight with all this garbage taken out of there, so that's nice. A lot of times they're stuck. That guy's jammed in there right now. So I just took it all out as one piece, basically. Good to get these things out of there. Now we can focus on the good stuff. Plugging along some more. Got the lower all dialed in here, as well as the knuckle. These lower ball joints, I had to just get 99 to 06 1500 two-wheel drive ball joints for this setup. Upper ball joints come with the kit from Wicked Fab. And yeah, I'm gonna toss this guy on here. Coilover, top and bottom. Brakes, hub, the whole thing. So move it along. Ooh. Looking pretty, guys. Looking pretty. I actually sprayed some clear on this so it doesn't rust. Looks kind of cool like that, so I just figured why not. All right, back to work. And it's finally all buttoned up. Probably gonna delete the sway bar. It's out of the way for now, so just want to make sure everything's good. But yeah, tire going on. All right, little update here. Denali's on the ground. The front end looks like it's all good. Suspension travels real nice. Coilovers are all good. It's a real nice setup. Also, I guessed on the ride height because, you know, obviously the coilover mounts, the coilover adjustment, it all changes the height. But I think I nailed it on the guessing. It's good. It's just premium. Now you can see the rear is a little taller, so I'm gonna adjust that down a little bit. But this thing's getting close. Front's all good. The rear. Today, the lower control arms just came in. We're gonna toss those in because we pretty much have to at this point to drive it. And I might weld the diff, I'm not sure yet. Once I get under there, I might just pop the cover off and weld the diff, and that way we can actually slide. It's got a factory locker, so I mean, it would hit too, but it's always locking and unlocking, and it's just kind of garbage. My body is saying go lay down and go relax. Pulling the motor out of this and the trans to do this whole build. I had to send the injectors off, so I got a couple weeks before those come back, but I'm gonna be jumping on that thing. Trying to get this thing done so I can get some content out and jump back on this truck, you know, once I get the Denali all dialed in, not have two vehicles being worked on at the same time. So it's a little messy around the garage, but I really wouldn't have it any other way. So got these lower control arms off of eBay. They came in today and mine is bent like a taco, so we're gonna toss these on and maybe weld the diff. I don't know. Give me a minute here. I need to think about it. Looks like it was hitting right here, bottoming out perhaps, and it looks like this was hitting right here. So what I'm gonna do is when I put these in, or before I put these in, I'm gonna go ahead and move these out of the way, obviously, but I'm gonna cut this guy and hit it flat, because when that thing bottoms out, I do not want this to do the same. So bust out the grinder for the 1000th time on this thing. Yeah, okay. And there she is, folks. Got one side done, got to do the other side. You can see I crunched that flat right there and kind of moved these out of the way so they're hitting up here. I don't think I should ever have that hit that. So from there to there, pretty big gap. From here to here, it's pretty tight. So I think we'll be good there. All coilover looking pretty. I missed on the rear. for adjustment for height. A little too high. This needs to go down. So you spend about 10-15 minutes just turning this thing. I'm gonna kind of show you how boring and lame it is. Braden's helping me a little bit here with filming and whatnot. We're gonna go take it for a drive, get some footage, hopefully, and maybe not break. What do you think? I've actually broken down twice in the last couple months, not in the Denali, but Corvette and the OBS, so hopefully this rig is good. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your handy dandy wrench here and you just turn it down. It's takes quite a bit of pressure to turn them because you got the pressure of this spring. And it takes a good while. I've already been going at it for probably 5 minutes. Took a little break. Figured I'd show you guys how to adjust ride height on the Alden American coilover. And the reason why my clutch is not working so great is because there's this like 2-inch bump here. So when I push it down, it actually hits right here. So I'm gonna cut this whole plastic thing out. I don't even know what it is, but hopefully that helps things out. Just like I suspected, the clutch pedal now has room, doesn't hit right here. And it's amazing. So if anyone does this, you gotta do the things. I actually dented it in there because there's a big bump there. So, but we're freaking good, guys. This thing it's ready to drive, I think. Check the oil, did all the things. It's sitting about perfect. Let's go for a drive. Got this thing sitting pretty dang close to how it needs to be. I think I need to go up just a hair on this guy. This side here, shut the door, Easton. That's about what we need. It's a little higher on this side, so. Yeah, let's see if it turns. Everything seems to be working pretty good back here. Heck yeah, dude. Not bad, not bad. Shee-wee. Check this out. It's butter. I fixed it.
Here we go.
Gear. Service engine soon. I think it's mad at me. I think it might be a little too low at the back. That was a lot of grip. Let me see if I can whip it around here. It'll probably hit one tire, but that's fine. For a little bit there. It drives pretty good though. something, guys. You ready? That's hilarious. This service engine is screaming at me. I can feel the power. It's pulling timing like crazy. Anyways, that's gonna do it for the test drive. This thing's, man, it's like a hydro and a welded diff away from being really good. Well, guys, every day it gets closer and closer to being done. Been putting in a lot of work on this thing. Some here's and there's I got to get done. It's looking pretty promising. It's shifting. Steering angle is good. I'm gonna bring the back up a little bit just to help everything out. It's a little bit low right now, and I think that should help with the bottoming out. It was hitting something. I'm gonna take a look, see what we gotta do. Should be pretty basic though. Next is hydraulic e-brake and weld the diff, and I should be able to slide this thing like pretty good. I might hack the muffler off so it sounds somewhat okay. Right now it's got a gnarly exhaust leak, and I also got to bring it up to Brady's at some point and get some sort of tune on it, because it's pulling power, goes into reduced power, and so I got to get that taken care of. But we got the coilovers, we got the angle kit, we got the arms, we got the NV3500 trans. I got to do fog lights. For some reason they're not working. I tried to get them working, but the fuse is fine and everything, so I got to look at that. Man, it's been a lot of work. My back hurts. This side, the back is looking pretty low actually, so I'm gonna bring the rear end up. She's a unit, folks. This one's gonna be a lot of fun because it's pretty budget, and I'll be able to beat on it and daily drive it, and it's not like super wild, which who knows what we're gonna do with it. But for now, I'm gonna probably drive this thing a lot because it's really enjoyable to drive, and I can bring the kids around, and it's just an all-around like good rig to drive. So I'm probably gonna throw a few links in the description down below of the lower control arms I used, probably the arms up front and the coilovers. I could probably get a link for that, and so I'll throw some links down in the description. Trying to do that with this build so you guys kind of have an idea of, you know, what parts I'm using, which is cool. You can basically go buy a Denali, swap it like this. It's a lot of work for the Denalis. You're better off doing a automatic to manual 1500. The factory didn't make a manual trans for the Denali or the Yukons, so it's kind of just cool to have something that's not from the factory. The trucks, you know, did come with the manual trans. So but that being said, next video we're gonna be doing the hydro and welded diff, and that's pretty much gonna wrap up this build. Obviously, you know, there's gonna be some more power at some point, but we're gonna go have some fun and enjoy it. And yeah, so subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you on the next one.